What does The Incredibles have in common with Breaking Bad? More than you might think.
Coincidence? I think not.
We've got this and tons more Easter eggs in The Incredibles movies. Let's get into it. Number 1. Cars fans probably spotted some of their favorite characters in The Incredibles. Doc Hudson makes an appearance, and we're pretty sure Old Red does here as well. This is a pretty sneaky one since Cars didn't even premiere until 2 years after The Incredibles came out. Number 2. One cannot simply put Andes in a Pixar movie without reminding us of Toy Story. The Andes sign is a reference to none other than Andy from the Toy Story franchise. But that's far from the only ties to be found between the Toy Story and the Incredibles franchises. Number 3. This airplane is a Toy Story crossover too. You can spot the airplane from Toy Story in the nursery. Number 4. There's another Toy Story reference hidden in the Sugar Bomb cereal. Yes, the marshmallows in this cereal are shaped like Pizza Planet rockets. And if you're thinking that simply can't be the only Pizza Planet appearance we see in this franchise, well, congratulations. You're thinking like a true Pixar fan. Number 5. The Pizza Planet truck is always hiding somewhere. The famous truck that delivers food from everyone's favorite intergalactic pizza joint first drove into the world of Pixar in Toy Story, and it hasn't left since. This truck appears in every Pixar movie in some way, even in movies where it doesn't quite belong for one reason or another. Yet the Pizza Planet truck, now famously, didn't appear in The Incredibles. Did the creators forget to put it in? Did they just want us looking extra closely to try to find it? We have no idea, but luckily they remedied the problem of interplanetary proportions and made sure it was included in The Incredibles 2. Elastigirl gets the Pizza Planet delivery guy arrested, and you can spot the truck in this scene. Thank goodness. It just wasn't right having a Pixar movie without it. Number 6. Disney loves a good hidden Mickey, and this one is rather hypnotizing. Most Disney movies sneak the shape of Mickey Mouse somewhere into the movie. In the case of The Incredibles 2, we get this hypnosis wheel that has a pretty distinct head and ears, just like the world's most famous mouse. Number 7. This Die Hard reference is pretty subtle. Lucius is played by Samuel L. Jackson, who also has a role in Die Hard with a Vengeance. In this scene, Lucius starts to get some water at a rather inopportune moment. Samuel L. Jackson's character in Die Hard with a Vengeance, Zeus Carver, does something very similar. Just this time he answers a phone. Pretty sneaky little nod to a rather unexpected movie. Number 8. Rick's Tiki Mug sure does look familiar. Ah yes, it's modeled after the Tiki in the dentist's aquarium in Finding Nemo. Number 9. A113 shows up a handful of times in the Incredibles franchise, of course. For those who haven't heard of this famous Easter egg, A113 is a classroom number at the California Institute of the Arts where many character animation students pass through on their way to becoming successful animators. Since so many Pixar greats have honed their craft in the A113 classroom, it's become a running joke that this number pops up in various places in Pixar movies. In The Incredibles, Mirage mentions room A113.
D-Wing, room A113.
2 o'clock.
Later, when Mrs. Incredible is searching for Mr. Incredible, she finds him on level A1, cell block 13. And in The Incredibles 2, here it is on this dumpster. Number 10. Frank and Ollie make an appearance. That's Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston. These two are classic Disney animators who worked for Disney all the way back on Snow White, and they also worked on The Iron Giant. Not only do these characters look just like them, but they provide their voices as well.
That's old school.
Yeah? No school like the old school.
Number 11. India Golf Niner Niner is more than just a code. Brad Bird wrote and directed The Incredibles. His major directorial debut was a not-so-little movie called The Iron Giant. Elastigirl says India Golf Niner Niner many times, and this code is actually also code for Iron Giant.
This is India Golf Niner Niner requesting vectors to the initial. Over.
How, you ask? Well, India Golf has the same initials as Iron Giant, and Niner Niner stands for 1999, which is when The Iron Giant premiered. Number 12. This headline actually has a lot of history behind it. The joking headline, "Catastrophe Seen as Crisis Looms," comes from The Iron Giant. But in The Iron Giant, this was actually an Easter egg for Lady and the Tramp. Number 13. That's one incredible Pez dispenser. In one shot, you can see a Pez dispenser that's modeled after Mr. Incredible himself. Number 14. It's really no surprise that The Incredibles had some incredible guests at their wedding. Plenty of superheroes must run in the same circles. The superheroes who we saw passing away as a result of their capes, we also see attending Mr. and Mrs. Incredible's wedding. We're just grateful that capes are no longer required attire for superheroes after those incidents. Number 15. Christov Overalls may not be a real overalls company, but it is based on a real person. This billboard is a nod to Anthony Christov, The Incredibles' environment art director. Number 16. 1960s cartoon Jonny Quest actually makes multiple appearances in The Incredibles 2. Dash watches the series on TV, and if you pay extra close attention during some chase scenes, there are multiple Quest Towers buildings that can be spotted. Number 17. Right across from one of the Quest buildings, you can see Grindle Department Store. This fictional store is a nod to Nicole Grindle, one of the film's producers. Number 18. Godzilla exists in the Incredibles universe. Dash puts a version of Godzilla on TV in the Incredibles 2. Number 19. Are those Sully's ducks? It appears so. The ducks that get stuck to Sully's tail in Monsters, Inc. look just like these ones under the couch in the Incredibles 2. Number 20. We think that's the Outer Limits on TV. Blink and you'll definitely miss it, but when Bob is channel surfing, he flips by the opening of the Outer Limits. Number 21. This may look like any other Chinese food box, but it's way more than that. This same box also appears in A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., and Inside Out. Number 22. In this scene in The Incredibles 2, the family is across from 1200 Park Avenue. This address appears on a boat in Finding Dory, but that is actually an Easter egg as well. This happens to be the address of Pixar Animation Studios, and this address makes another appearance on the DevTech business card. Oh, and the end of the phone number on the card is 113. So, well, you get the idea. Sheesh, we can barely keep up. Number 23. If you think the DevTech business card is a treasure trove of Easter eggs, wait till you see all the special street names. Here, Mr. Incredible's GPS shows streets that are all around Pixar Animation Studios. Number 24. And West Cutting Boulevard appears in the background of this scene. That is Pixar's old address. Number 25. So what about this Huluf Ice Truck? Well, Sirat Huluf is a production coordinator at Pixar, and who knows, maybe she likes the cold? Is anything in these movies accidental? We don't think so. Number 26. At least we're certain that the Luxo Deli is no accident. This is a nod to the Pixar short Luxo Jr., which also gave us the famous Luxo Ball, which has appeared in many, many Pixar films. Number 27. And the Incredibles franchise is no exception. We see the Luxo Ball quite a few times here, too. It appears in the short Jack Jack Attack. It also appears on these hubcaps in The Incredibles 2, as well as on Jack Jack's crib. Number 28. This one's a tad bit sneakier, but did you catch that International Bowling Co. logo? Yep, it has Pixar bowling balls on it. We really hope someone out there actually has a Pixar bowling ball. Number 29. The Underminer's voice almost certainly sounds familiar. Pixar legend John Ratzenberger plays the Underminer in both Incredibles films. He played characters in every Pixar film that came before The Incredibles, including Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., and Finding Nemo. Since then, he's also played roles in the Cars series, Ratatouille, Wall-E, Up, Brave, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Coco, and Onward. How does this guy have any free time? Number 30. This building is called Valiant Office Supplies, and this made-up business is a reference to the Disney movie Valiant. Number 31. Did you wonder what the movie playing at the movie theater Dementia 113 is? Well, it references the movie Dementia 13, but it has an extra 1. That, paired with the way the title is positioned on this sign, gives us yet another A113 reference. Did you catch all those Easter eggs? Did you notice any that we didn't include? Tell us about them in the comments, and if you love this video, be sure to like and subscribe to The Things Animated for tons more videos just like this one.